E o resto, cara, plano pro futuro? Pretende casar ou não?
Não sei casar.
Você já foi apaixonado na vida ou não?
Já, pô.
Tá?
Já.
Por quem?
Pô, fui muito apaixonado pela Bruna.
Você foi?
Foi.
Você tá bem hoje,
Por isso que eu
mano?
tava, por isso que eu namorei com ela.
É difícil ver uma pessoa que você gostou
Demais.
beijando na boca dos outros caras da novela, não é? É difícil, cara. Fala a verdade.
É complicado. Eu, essa coisa eu não consigo não. Por isso que eu parei de assistir novela. Sou meu ciumento.
Tá ciumento?
Sou ciumento.
Why Neymar can't be in a relationship? Hi everyone, welcome to Football Corner channel. Today we have a different video. In this video, you'll know why Neymar can't be in a relationship. So, subscribe and like the video. Let's get into it. It's a bit bold, especially coming from a man who reportedly cheated on one of his girlfriends 92 times. Yeah, someone actually counted. If you think Neymar's performance over the years have been controversial, wait till the end of this deep dive into his love life. This is the question Neymar never asked himself. Why the heck can't he stay in a relationship? Neymar, the Silver Santos Jr, has earned himself many nicknames since he first burst onto the scene. Before he left his beloved hometown, the Brazilian sensation used to be called Minion, a young boy who is destined to achieve great things as soon as he made a few appearances for Santos. His compatriots of fans of Brazilian football started calling him Ozhoya the Gem, although he proved to the world that these were more or less accurate and well-deserved nicknames in due time. Neymar started accumulating other names along the way. The GOAT that was the prince that never became the king, much less promising, and even downright heartbreaking for some. Yet we're talking about you, Steve. The Brazilian entire career was spoiled by long periods of injury, his unique understanding of fun, and most importantly, his love life, which was described as a hot mess, more than we could count. If we were to talk about every single affair that affected the Brazilian's career, this could probably end up being our longest video today. So, instead of going down that road, we're going to talk about the most significant woman whose name I believed to be his significant other, but ended up just being another name in a seriously extensive list. And to kick things off, we have to go way back in time to meet the first woman Neymar would fall for, the very same woman who gave Neymar the most precious gift of his life. Since he was quite literally a child prodigy, Neymar gained notoriety in his home soil from a very young age. And before he turned 18, it was almost impossible for him to do anything under the radar, so his private life piques the interest of Brazilian media, to say it's the least. Where he was the next big thing Brazilian football would give to the world, aged only 17 and shining bright for Santos club. It's an understatement to say that every step he took on and off the pitch was viewed with a microscopic lens. In his second professional season, when he was just 18, BBC Sports South American football correspondent Mike Voici described the young man as follows. The 18-year-old is a magnificent prospect. He is sleek and skillful, able to beat the defender on either side, capable of combining well and full of tricks he can put to productive use in and around the penalty area. Viscerally like every single football fan who watched the Campeonato Liz there in 2010 was in all. Neymar had scored 14 goals in 19 games, and this was surely the highlight of his young career. While the young, dripping extraordinary was wowing people thanks to his skill on the pitch, he was also turning a lot of heads off it too. While it was not for everyone, young girls were enamored with his style, but only one among them stood out for Neymar, a 17-year-old named Colina Dantas. After meeting through a shared friend, the young dude instantly kicked and that was the beginning of their relationship. In a few months, however, things took a side turn when Neymar allegedly started seeing another girl. No one knew back in the day that this was going to be some kind of a theme with a Brazilian forward. Right then and there, as swiftly as it started, Neymar and Dantas were no longer a thing. But that was not the end of their relationship, far from it. Because shortly after the breakup, Dantas announced to Neymar that she was pregnant. That's unbelievable. According to Fred AI, at a LA point, Neymar was shaken when he learned that he was set to become a father. Their kid, David Luca, could have shared the same fate with Cristiano Jr. and never got to know his mother. But Neymar and Dantas were more or less on the same page about raising their boy together. And thankfully, the Brazilian never really docked his responsibilities as a father. Shared custody of David Luca. And they're on extremely good terms well after a decade has gone by. Dantas has built herself a lovely family with a digital creator called Winnie Martins, who David Luca calls Uncle Vinny, and he and Neymar are very supportive of each other as far as we can tell.
Solid, united by the loyalty of a special woman who is part of the foundation of our lives, and who today offers us with this power and with her infallible faith that is more part of us these days than any other.
A footballing sensation and a father at just 18. That's far a start if I've ever seen, and this was, however, just the beginning for Neymar, both for his football-related exploits and those concerning his love life, which was to get only more complex with time. His first couple of professional seasons were just a foreshadowing of Neymar's rise to stardom. There were many doubters around, and if there were no Mayo, made sure that by the end of 2012, they too were aboard. His first couple of professional seasons were just a foreshadowing of Neymar's rise to stardom. There were many doubters around, and if there were any Mayo, made sure that by the end of 2012, they too were aboard his very own hype train. In that year alone, the Brazilian raked up some of the most prestigious awards he could get his hands on. By the time the year finished, he was voted best player of the 2002 Recopa Americana, the best forward of the 2012 Campeão Brasileiro, and the 2012 South American Footballer of the Year. With such accolades, it was really hard to find a bigger Brazilian star, especially among his peers. But Neymar did find one. And not just anyone, mind you, but the one and Bruna raised Maya, or as the world knows, our BrunaMarquezine, a prodigious young actress whose career started back when she was only 5 years old, 3 years old before Neymar was even discovered by Santos. If Neymar's rise to stardom was fast, Brutus was a blitz. Shortly after her first TV appearance, and she was picked up by Foxy producers to be featured in telenovelas. Quite possible. The only thing Brazilians love as much as they love football. By the time that you first crossed the path in 2012, during the world-famous Rio Carnival, by all accounts, Marquezine was known all over Brazil, and she already had about 10 telenovelas and a few feature films under review. Neymar was in every sense of the word star these years. Down the road, he would remember the day he first laid eyes on her. Just as was the case with Carolina Dantas, Neymar was madly in love in an instant.
As soon as I saw you, I wanted to be in your arms. I love you, my baby.
The jurors started seeing each other, and the entire country started seeing them all over the media. The attention the new couple received wasn't surprising to anyone. Dantes, with all due respect, was an ordinary young girl back when she met Neymar. But this time, not only was Neymar far more famous, but he was seeing an out-and-out movie star. The first year of the relationship passed in the blink of an eye, and the young lovers were just adorable, sharing their love for each other every chance they got. But the honeymoon phase was soon to be over, and both Neymar and Bruno were responsible for things inevitably going south. Not because of infinitely or anything, at least on this occasion, but because of their huge success in their respective fields. After dominating Brazilian football for about 4 years and making a name for himself not only in South America but also around the world, Neymar's transfer to Europe had become unavoidable, and as well as we know, it was Barcelona who were lucky and rich enough to sign him. This was certainly a step in the right direction for the talented Brazilian, but it was difficult to say the same thing concerning his private law. A year into their relationship, Bruno and Neymar were now nearly 9,000 kilometers apart. As they say, long-distance relationships were just a test to see how far love would travel. And in Neymar and Bruno's case, it didn't travel all that long. So, believe the distance wasn't the only thing that caused the couple to part ways. According to Brazilian press, Neymar had started seeing his compatriot and model, Larissa Oliveira, even before he signed for Barcelona. In any case, almost as fast as they got together, the young lovers were separated. But as time would tell, this wasn't going to be the end of their story. Just a year later, when Brazil hosted the World Cup in 2014, rumors of Neymar and Bruno getting back together started to surface, and they were all validated. When Bruno was spotted in the stands waiting anxiously for his sweetheart to show up. Unfortunately, the World Cup ended in total disaster for Brazil and Neymar. They were kicked out of the tournament by Germany with a humiliating 7-1 lose. They were kicked out of the tournament by Germany with a humiliating 7-1 loss. The score and the outcome of the tournament probably had nothing to do with Neymar's relationship with Bruno, but they didn't last long after. Once again, they were separated. What happened on the pitch wasn't all that significant for the couple's survival, but what happened on the set truly was. Neymar said it himself at the very beginning of this episode. He was, and who knows, maybe still is, an extremely jealous person. And BrunaMarquezine was no longer a child prodigy. She was now cast as an adult and prominent character in TV and film. When they are once again rumored to be an ensemble in 2016, rumors died down pretty quickly when Bruno played the role of Beatriz dos Santos, dancer and aspiring actors in the series Not Seria Cantos, the very same project in which she started in her first nude scene on television. Not the most traditional, but certainly among the most persistent couples in the world. Neymar and Bruna tried to make things work for a very long time, over a very long distance. Their on-again, off-again relationship lasted for about 5 years in a total. Consistently, these were the greatest years of Neymar's career when he was part of Barcelona's deadly trio MM. Neymar and Bruno tried to make things work for a very long time, over a very long distance. Their on-again, off-again relationship lasted for about 5 years in total, and coincidentally, these were the greatest years of Neymar's career when he was part of Barcelona's deadly trio MSM. In the very same period, his talents and starter made him the most expensive transfer in the history of football, both during the up times and down times of his relationship with Bruno. Neymar's faithfulness was always questioned. He was believed to be seeing Larissa Mansur, Talia Ayama, Sarah Wellich, and Gabriel Allianz in different capacities, all in the space of 1 year. By the way, when Bruna finally called the end of their years-long struggle/relationship in an interview with Coin magazine in Brazil, some fans trying to find a justification for the decision, as if sleeping with almost half of the world population was not enough. And even though an argument was made about Bruno supporting Lula versus Neymar's favorite political figure, Jair Bolsonaro, in the presidential elections made, at the end of the day, the result was the same. The story of Neymar and BrunaMarquezine was officially over. Neymar, of course, had another Bruno coming his way, and even more scandals to come, as if he had racked up enough already. In 2021, after countless Brazilian model called Nigella Trindade, who accused Neymar of sexual assault in 2019, including American singer and songwriter Demi Lovato, including Brazilian singer and songwriter Anitta, and American actress Cole Grace Moretz, among many others. PSG's troubled start set sail to a brand new love story with another Cardi. PSG's troubled star set sail to a brand new love story with another Bruno, Brazilian model BrunaBiancardi, that is seen at the Parque des Princes on multiple occasions. It didn't take long for his new Bruno to steal the headlines related to Neymar, although the dude tried to keep their relationship under new relationship under wraps for a while. They went Instagram official in April of 2022. No one knows who said the magical words at first, but it was BrunaBiancardi who said it first on Instagram, as she shared the cute photo on April 24th with a simple caption that read, "Love you." The dude looked lively and lovely, alright, but it didn't take them long to be spoiled by Neymar's biggest bias, his insatiable desire for women. After a few happy months, Neymar was back into the vicious cycle that defined his love life. And again, the first time he got back together with BrunaBiancardi gave people who wanted to see Neymar settle a sense of optimism. That was when the Joe get engaged officially announced that they were expecting a baby. Despite the great news, however, Neymar kept going off track. In an article published at Metropolis written by Brazilian journalist Fabio Oliveira, Neymar alleged affair with Brazilian In an article published at Metropolis written by Brazilian journalist Fabio Oliveira, Neymar alleged affair with In an article published at Metropolis written by Brazilian journalist Fabio Oliveira, Neymar alleged affair with Brazilian blogger Fernando Campos was revealed. According to Oliveira, the dude not only spent the eve of Valentine's Day together, but they've also been in an article published at Metropolis written by Brazilian journalist Fabio Oliveira, Neymar alleged affair with Brazilian blogger Fernando Campos was revealed. According to Oliveira, the duo not only spent the eve of Valentine's Day together, but they've also been seeing each other since the 2022 World Cup. There was pretty serious accusations, which was only validated by Neymar's unexpected and frankly weird public apology to Biancardi. The highlight of the message was this: I don't know if we will work out, but today you are the certainty that I want to try. Our purpose will prevail, our love for our baby will win, and our love for each other will strengthen us. I love you. According to another Brazilian journalist, Neymar had cheated on Biancardi 92 times since they first got together. The news broke around the same time BrunaBiancardi said enough is enough. only 1 month after becoming parents to a baby girl they named Maria. They were separated. Remember how Neymar's story with Carolina Adantes ended shortly after becoming the father of Devia Luca. Talk about coming full circle. Apart from the hard-to-swallow revelations about his love life, Neymar had another shocker in his bag of tricks as he moved to Saudi Arabia at only 31 years old. It's anyone's guess if that was the main reason why it's do work out for him and BrunaBiancardi. But it's safe to say that the prince who never got to be the king has finally come to terms with the destiny and turned the page. Now, dealing with a terrible knee injury and trying to get back onto the pitch, Neymar will have a tough time getting back to his prime, especially if his old habits intervene his lavish lifestyle, parties, and let's just say unique love life aside. As football fans, it gives us immense pleasure to see him back on the pitch as soon as possible, so hopefully we'll get to talk about Snar, the player, for a few more years. Well, there was another rumors about Neymar that he was in relationship with American singer Selena Gomez. So, click right here to see it. Bye bye.